let's go to topic number 3, which is the Justice League, DCU's Justice League. So apparently, James Gunn already has his ideals on who's going to be the members. Of course, we're getting Superman. Supergirl won't be part of the Justice League. You guys just going to have to watch the film to understand. I know there's going to be a lot of outrage, but then you also have, John Stewart's Green Lantern. Batman. Here's the thing about Batman, right? We're not off topic. This is on topic within this. Batman is pretty much already chosen. The actor has already been chosen. It's the same thing with David Cornsweat's Superman. There was a long debate on who's going to be the next Superman. David Cornsweat didn't go to nobody's mind. But the Batman has already been chosen. They already did test screening. They did a lot of this. He's already been chosen. That's why they're like, we already have a script. The script's already been done. They're just polishing it. They're just getting the finances and everything ready before confirming that Batman. They cannot confirm Brave and the Bold before they get the finances right, this right. They editors, like the crew. When it comes to the movie scene, this is my expertise. When it comes to pre-production, it takes a while. That's what Brave and Bold is going through. That's also what Batman 2 is going through. Matt Reeves' Batman 2 is going through. So that's what he's going through, and that's what James Gunn is going through as a president. He has so much stuff to do, but he already hired his Batman director, the writers, and all of that, the producers. They're just getting confirmed locations. They have to get this set up, this studio set up, cameras, the pricing. That's what's going on with Batman, Brave and the Bold. But they already have the actor, so that actor has to study his lines, get in shape, and then they are going to publicly confirm that. And they're going to publicly confirm Batman, Brave and the Bold. I don't want to say this. I'm going to say it. When Supergirl comes out, you guys are going to have an announcement speaking on Batman, Brave and the Bold. It's going to be a huge announcement. They're going to name the actors, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to have the actor's name and things of that nature. So that's what's going on. I'm not going to say who the actor is, since that isn't publicly available right now. And the guy James Gunn has chosen isn't who anybody thinks. It isn't who anyone thinks. And the way his Batman is going. So if you mix up, Robert Pattinson's Batman with Ben Affleck's, and then you get a little bit of you get Ben Affleck's Batman, Robert Pattinson's, with the amazing aspects. I know George Clooney's Batman get laughed at a lot, but if you watch it, if you go back and watch that movie, how like some things are comic accurate, like the hilarious part, like just the comedy in it, you have a little bit of that. So that's pretty much what James Gunn direction is going. He's going to be more. It has to fit within his universe. So adding that aspect and seeing a new line of Batman that we have never seen. He's still dark, brooding, but he has some comedy and he's really smart. If he has that, that's okay. So he already has the actor. He already has the suit and everything picked out for that Batman. And what I'm going to tell you guys is this. This Batman is going to go through multiple suits. So that's what's going to happen. And he's not going to do the whole retelling of Batman's story. So with Supergirl, it's a retelling. With Batman, it's not a retelling. It's the introduction of the new Robin. So that's pretty much what's going on with there. And then there's some villains that's involved with Batman Brave and the Bold. It's not Clayface. It's a different thing. It's a villain you guys have not seen Actually, Gotham has shown this villain, but this villain has not been shown on the big screen yet. So if you go and watch the TV series Gotham, there's a certain individual I'm alluding to that's in that show. And if you think about how James Gunn is and how the DCU is, go back and watch that show. You'll know exactly who the next villain of Batman Brave the Bold will be. So, what say you? What are your thoughts on Batman Brave the Bold? Are you guys excited about this? What say you? Comment down below. All right, so my Rumble people, this stream been on for a little bit. How you guys, what do you guys think about adding the green screen aspect of this? So I could add this whole entire background here. It'll look weird, but I'm gonna have a whole green screen and everything situated. Or I can just keep this playing at the bottom again. I find that was like beyond. That was beyond annoying. Let's move this one down here. Move it right here. There we go. Yep, I like this one better. Okay. Welcome back to Flawless TV. Let's get right into topic number 5. Now, this topic I have been wanting to cover for, a long time, a while. And with that being said, let's get into it. MCU anchor beings. So, ever since Loki season 2 came out, and then you also have Deadpool and Wolverine, anchor beings have been brought up. And there has been a lot of theories. And a lot of these theories have been great. I've seen Everything Always bring up a good theory. I've seen the rock stars. I've seen John Campia. I've seen Tyrone Magnus bring up some good theories. Angry Joe Show. I've seen them bring up some great theories about that. But here's the thing. MCU has to like anchor being, and here's a list of candidates that I believe are anchor beings that have a chance of being an anchor being. 1, I have Yelena. Ever since her introduction in Black Widow, I thought, okay, they're about to make her the main thing. I can see her being in replace of Black Widow, but she's going to play a more pivotal role than her. When I said this, people was like, there's no way. She's side character material. No. When Thunderbolts released, I was like, yeah, I knew it. She's perfect for that role. And in my opinion, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I think she's a better actor than Natasha Romanoff was in the MCU. Just my opinion. And that's not a knock against Natasha Romanoff. It's really just the writing, the way they written Black Widow. But Yelena was written so well. She's so relatable to a lot of people. I like her character. And I believe in the way they're going, since she's the leader of the New Avengers, she could be an anchor being. But here's the con about that. When it comes to Yelena, she's pretty new. And she was young when the Black Widow program happened, but I don't think she's that important to be considered an anchor being. And story-wise, it wouldn't make sense. But she's a good theory. She's a good character to bring out there. Now, you have Hulk. Here's the reason why I have no cons against this either. I think this is where Marvel's going. Here is the reason why I believe Hulk is the anchor being. If you watch my Maestro video or whatever, that pretty much sums up my opinion on MCU Hulk. I think he's going to that direction. But here's the reason why. You have his film that pretty much started off the MCU. You can say Iron Man, but that 2008 Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton is officially in the MCU and it's within the timeline. So that Hulk played a pivotal role to everything that happened in the MCU, on or off screen. His Avengers appearance, the way his character developed. People don't understand this about Professor/Smart Hulk. He developed so much. You can't just have one brooding, strong, angry, mindless monster. You have to have something. And people calling Professor Hulk washed or weak, he barely had enough action or screen time to be considered that weak. He did not have enough screen time. Actually, matter of fact, he had a total of 9 minutes. 10 minutes of screen time. 10 minutes of screen time. He's not weak. But here's the thing. With Hulk, especially his Professor form, when he got a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet, that pretty much gave me an insight of, yeah, Marvel might make him the new anchor being due to the fact that, Professor Hulk in the comics, there's a universe called Down Below. I believe this is the same thing in the MCU. I believe it is real in the MCU since we had Surtur, we had Dormammu. We have a world where Hulk gets his, immortality from. So, with that being said, without the existence of Hulk, MCU is done. That's my opinion when it comes to him as an anchor being. He could be a candidate for that. We have Tom Holland's Spider-Man. No Way Home just gave me the idea that Spider-Man might be the anchor being, but my only con to that is Sony. And then if you watch Across the Spider-Verse, Sony wants to tie in MCU Spider-Man to that and do all the weird stuff. So that's the reason why I'm not trying them in. You also have Moon Knight. I know he's new. I know he barely had a lot of screen time, but it does make sense for Mark and the other personalities to be, Moon Knight. I mean, I said Moon Knight, to be the anchor being. You have Khonshu. And the thing is, with Moon Knight, it kind of does make sense since it ties into the ancient Egypt stuff. But he's a guy that works in a museum, and he has 3 different personalities. You got Jake, you got Mark, but he has like 3 different personalities, and with those 3 different personalities, different lives have been. He's lived different lives. So, that being said, he could be an anchor being. And to go back on the whole thing in the Moon Knight, this tying in together, if you watch the What If, they did say some of that is MCU canon. I'm not adding any cartoon to MCU canon. I'm not adding the Amazing Spider-Man to MCU canon either. I don't care. Other universe, no, I'm not adding that. No, that's crap. No, I'm not adding that. Agatha beating the Celestial, no, that's impossible and it's stupid. So no, I'm not doing that. But Moon Knight and Hulk did play huge roles in those what ifs. So you have Moon Knight, you have Thor. He's pretty much a god. He's been there before everyone in the MCU. He's one of the oldest. Even though his films didn't come first, the first official MCU film was Captain America, and then you had those one shots or whatever, and then you had Captain Carter, and then Captain Marvel. I'm just going into the timeline stuff, but chronological timeline. But you also had Thor. Thor is a god in the MCU, and then he's played a huge role on and off screen. He was mentioned in Civil War. He's mentioned everywhere. Without him, without his film or any of that, there's no threat of Loki. There's no Loki going the way he is now. I also have Loki as an anchor being due to him just tying the trees together and him having the biggest character arc besides Hulk. Him having the biggest character arc in the MCU. Loki could be up there. I also have Captain Marvel. Hear me out. When it comes to the Skrulls play a major role when it comes to the world of Marvel. And her being a Kree and what the Kree did to a lot of people and a lot of planets and slaving people, slaving aliens and stuff. And then you have I forgot those people named brain freeze, but people, that lady, the little place Carol Danvers was in when that happened, when she had this gold reflector or whatever, and it was holding her power back. So um she's been there, she's been on Earth, she's been guarding the universe, the galaxy, and when Captain Marvel is gone, the Earth is always under attack. And you have to put that into consideration. I know you guys hate Brie Larson, but it has been the greatest actor to play, you know, Marvel, Captain Marvel. So we have to put that into consideration when it comes to being an anchor being. So she might be that. You have Doctor Strange. I've seen this theory around. If the majestic arts, he could be anywhere at any place. When it came to the What If series as well, I don't like counting this as canon, but they like doing the canon. So if we're doing that, Doctor Strange played a huge role, and the Watcher looked at him as he was an anchor being. So that's another thing to put into consideration. But my favorite, Sentry. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Sentry is new, but we don't know that much about. I know Thunderbolts showed a glimpse of it, but we don't know exactly that much. Because he didn't just not have powers, he had some before he got injected with whatever juice they gave him. Sentry can control anything. He's the most powerful in the MCU. He's unstoppable. And he can warp reality and do whatever. Without him in the MCU, without him becoming Sentry, what would the MCU be? I know he's a light, so there's a con on that. Captain America can be, but I have theories about Captain America. I have theories that he disrupted time a little bit when he went back with Peggy and all that. He ruined time. Then we had Miss Marvel. I'm just basing off of that, based off of what she could do. She can go to the past, the bracelet she had, and she can go to the past. She can go to the future, like the present. Like, she's there, and she can affect whatever without disrupting the timeline that much. She can change small events without the TVA noticing, anybody noticing. So she could be a pivotal character. And if we're adding what ifs, she was OP in that, and she was the last one standing. So her powers and with the bracelet and everything, she could be that too. You have Wong. Now I'm basing this off of the theories I saw online due to the fact that Kevin Feige said that he wanted Wong to be a centerpiece in the MCU, and he has been. He showed up in She-Hulk. He showed up everywhere, and he has been putting the Avengers together. So we could consider Wong, but he's a Sorcerer Supreme, but not the Sorcerer Supreme that Strange is. So you also had T'Challa, with T'Challa's death, that could bring something that could have also broken the timeline. So they could add that as well. You have Shang-Chi, who could be an anchor being. You have He Who Remains, but he's not from our 616 universe. There has to be an anchor being in the 616. And then you also had Namor. I put him there because that does make sense. King of the Seas. He's been there for a while. He's, without him, So what say you? What are your thoughts on this list of anchor beings? Who would you also consider up there? Like, who would you also consider to be an anchor being for the 616? And who would you add? What say you? Comment down below. We'll be right back after this. Yeah, MCU is crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how many like Rumble you guys are watching. It's crazy how Marvel been working lately. You know, I know a lot of people been saying Marvel fell off, but really, have they fell off? You guys are listening to grifters. I love Moonlight. Like, I enjoyed She-Hulk. It's bad, but I enjoyed it. Hulk isn't weak like they said he is. He's just smart. He has not shown any weakness since his professional form. And people will bring up the Jeep thing. He's not worried about stopping the Jeep. He wasn't that concerned with stopping the Jeep. He was playing his cousin. And then you saw when he crashed out, he threw her through the tree. He picked her up. And y'all forget, She-Hulk is another Hulk. Professor Hulk didn't show any weakness. He crashed out when she broke his glasses. He whooped her up and down a mountain. He threw a meteor, like he threw a boulder into outer space from the ground. And he didn't use all of his strength to do so. So, hey, they keep saying Professor Hulk is weak. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. It's just dumb to me. All right, so we're about to get back into the show now. Welcome back. Now let's get straight to topic 6. Avengers Doomsday Update. So, actually, this is topic 5. Avengers Doomsday Update. Let's change this around real quick. Okay. So I apologize for my Rumble viewers. I know this is unedited, but yeah, you guys got to see the behind the scenes. But okay, Avengers Doomsday Update. According to FTV and Marvel Media, insiders who I usually get my information from, and they're usually 99% right. Only time they were incorrect is when it came to the Black Panther movie, and then they said Namor is not. They're not going to mention Namor being as strong as the Hulk because in the original script they didn't mention that. But with that being wrong, that was the only thing they had. That's some stuff they had wrong. Also, the Daredevil stuff because they thought a mention of Spider-Man was going to happen, but no, he just said a web slinger. He didn't say Spider-Man, but I see it's still wrong. But so take some of it with a grain of salt. So Avengers Doomsday, what I'm hearing. So I've seen, before I get into this, I've seen a lot of theories and the fake leaked scripts and plots. That stuff's stupid. No, here's what's going on. Avengers Doomsday, what I'm hearing, is pretty much a Fantastic Four 2 movie, an X-Men, Iron Man 4, and Spider-Man movie. Now I heard you guys Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. No. When it comes to Spider-Man, Spider-Man is confirmed to be in Doomsday, but it isn't Tom Holland. And it isn't who you guys are thinking. This Spider-Man is playing a major role, and he wouldn't be as you think. He's not the same Spider-Man. He's not going to be the same friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to have you guys sit on your thoughts and dwell on that. Because when I heard this information, I'm like, dang. Come to think about it. Yeah, so here's the thing. One of the names have been mentioned, but this Spider-Man is playing the role. This is like another Spider-Man movie. And he's going to be, besides Reed Richards, Spider-Man will be like having major screen time within this film. So that's what I was like when I heard this information. That's the whole thing. I was like, dang, he's having this major screen time. That means he's probably gonna pass. And this movie will get emotional. And what I'm also hearing is that this film is way more emotional than Infinity War. And the way they're going to have Doom is they're going to readjust the timeline. They're going to introduce Doom. But then they're going to point the major instances in the timeline and in the films of Doctor Doom being there. And they're going to show the way he became Doom. So this is going to be the first 15 minutes. And we know the film's going to be 2.5 hours long. So that's what that's going to be. But it isn't Tom Holland. It isn't. But it is no Spider-Man. But this Spider-Man is going to be totally different. This adaptation is something we have not seen. We've seen, but we haven't seen recently. We haven't seen recently. We've been wanting it to come back, but we haven't seen this adaptation recently. So, what say you? What are your thoughts on this information? Comment down below, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Flawless TV, and on to topic number 6 officially. Now, new music confirmed. Now, as you guys saw, 50 Cent just dropped the fire track with Chef G. That track was fire. But I have some more information for you guys. Sorry, Rumble. Sorry, Rumble. I know you guys have seen this and it's looking real, but this is going to get cut off real soon. So, yeah, this is what happens behind the scenes. A thing got lost, but it will get cut off. Guys, ready? All right, let's get into it. So, brand new music, 2025. And so, brand new. Okay. Man, I'm messing up a lot. Rumble, I know this is embarrassing. But hold on with me, man. Hold on with me. All right. On to topic 6, new music confirmed. So, this music is coming out after this recording. So, this is post 2020, like post this recording. So whenever this video is uploaded, I'm just gonna show previously recorded on this topic. But this upcoming Friday, next Friday, the upcoming weeks, and then 2026, I have a full schedule all the way out until July. I have music until July because those slates are getting picked up fast. In November, this is when you plan your year. This is when studios plan their year for next year. So these are the confirmed artists. Let's get into it. We have JPEG Mafia. We have Destroy Lonely. We have Lil Yachty. We have another JID album dropping in 2026. Yes, sir. We have a Pierre Bourne album dropping. We have Sabrina Carpenter album dropping. We have an Ice Spice album dropping next year. We have a Sexy Red album dropping next year. We also have a Glorilla album dropping next year. Another one, we have Nicki Minaj's album dropping next year. We have a Kanye West album dropping next year. And another album that's currently in production is Eminem and 50 Cent. Now, that's good news, right? Here's the thing. A lot of M fans been upset about it, but about 50 Cent and Eminem, but I'll go into, there's going to be a whole nother video where I'll go into detail on how that works and whatnot. But we have Eminem and 50 Cent currently working on something. We have new Royce music. We have confirmed new Eminem music dropping. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 tracks. There's multiple tracks dropping in 2026. So that's what's going on. You have new A$AP Rocky album dropping next year. We have a Babytron album dropping. We have a Logic album dropping. We have Juicy J album dropping. We have new T.I. dropping. We have a new Nas dropping. And coming real soon, we have new Jay-Z music dropping. Oh, shoot, I thought Jay-Z not dropping out. Oh, I never said that. I said we have new Jay-Z music dropping. And we're getting a music video. And I made a post on X. If you follow my X, you're watching this too. But there's 3 artists, 3 hip-hop legends that's dropping a music video real soon. They have a song created. But these 3, they're lyricists. They're peak storytellers. They're in everybody's GOAT conversation. So whether you like them or not, these 3 have a song and it's coming in music video form. And I'm telling you right now, the cinematographer they tagged along for this guy's been in the game for like 20 plus years. He shot, music videos for Nas. He shot a lot of he shot music videos for Kanye West, for Drake, for Eminem, for Jay-Z. He shot music videos for Beyonce. So this guy, he recently shot a music video for one of the rappers last year. And that music video was insane. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's dropping soon. So yeah, the music in 2026 is looking good. Oh yeah, we have more clips dropping, and we have a Kendrick Lamar project dropping. So yep, that's what's going on. We have new Kendrick, like a whole Kendrick album is dropping. So that's the current update on that. When it comes to Drake music, yes, he has music confirmed, but we don't have a definite date on when that's dropping right now. It'll probably update later on and I'll get something new, but yeah, that's what's going on. What say you? What's your favorite project? What music do you want? What are your thoughts on 50 Eminem album? What should it be called? Who should be featured? Who should do the production? What say you? Comment down below. Hello, Rumble. The stream is almost to an end. So yeah, the stream is almost to an end. We're getting close to that. We're getting close to that point. So we're about to get into this final topic now. And we're going to get into this now. Welcome back to Flawless TV and on to our final topic. Now, our final topic, Eminem versus Jay-Z. Now, recently online, there has been a spark on the versus battles. In the old 2021 Jay-Z clip from, I think, Spaces, it was Twitter at the time, Twitter Spaces, resurfaced and Jay-Z was braggadocious saying, I'm smoking anybody in a versus. Let me say this. He's not. And I made a post that went viral or whatever saying Eminem washes Jay-Z. And I'm standing on that. And you got old heads and people just getting upset whenever you mention Eminem or anything. You could put get rid of one rapper forever. And then you have Lil Pump, 6ix9ine, Eminem, and Tom McDonald. They're still going to say Eminem due to manufactured, robotic, fake Eminem hate. And this has everything to do with the Jay-Z and Eminem battle. Let me go into a little history on that. Here's what I know. Being in the media, working with all these artists and labels, and working and knowing a lot of these media members behind the scenes, since 2016, Eminem denied an interview with a certain media member who's part of a certain network. That person got upset. But the thing was, Eminem was changing his brand. That person got upset. So 2017 came along, right before Revival was announced. This person redacted, said that, Eminem and his team pressured him behind the scenes and M threatened him or whatever. So he's going to do whatever he can to, he's in control of the narrative. Right when Eminem he announced Revival, because when Eminem's working in the lab, he's not talking to nobody. He's currently working in the lab. That's why that interview didn't happen, sir. He was working in the lab on Revival. When Revival was announced, Eminem showed up on somebody else's podcast, and this guy took it to heart. So Eminem was doing promos and all that for that. This guy took it to heart. So he went on a campaign, and he went behind the scenes. And he offered other journalists, this is what Eminem's doing. This is what M said about you. Even though M didn't say anything, this is what he said. And then ever since that moment, before Revival happened, this person leaked and said Eminem's dropping albums soon. Before Eminem was going to officially announce Revival. Once he announced Revival, he didn't have a track list yet. He announced it. Everybody said, this album's going to suck. This album's going to be trash. This journalist was the first to say this album sucks. This album's going to be trash. Do not buy or waste your money. You can go back, look at the articles. This is what happened. This has everything to do with the Jay-Z battle. This is why I'm adding context. So, this redacted journalist ended up going on a campaign. So, then the other networks, and then people close to M started turning on him. And when M released the track list, all hell broke loose. When the album dropped, none of these journalists actually listened to it. They heard the first song, which was a single called Walk on Water, and the album wasn't listened to. Nobody listened to the album. Then The River dropped, they listened to that. They didn't know it was a Revival album, but a lot of people was like, dang, I love River. A lot of people love that River song. I didn't see any negative comments. But the thing was, it didn't drop. And then when Eminem dropped the BET cipher, yes, it was weird, but the campaign was like, it lit a match. It exploded. So what Eminem didn't know is, what his team doesn't know is that one person and the other guy in his camp, they were plotting because of M not doing an interview. So M not understanding, he's thinking it's the fans. No, it's not the fans. It was that particular person. And the reason why I add this is because since that day, there's been a narrative on Eminem painted by this guy that all Eminem does is rap fast. He has an angry, robotic chopper flow. Eminem's just a white boy, blonde hair, white supremacist, Slim Shady. Like, if you watch the real Slim Shady, they think that's Eminem too. And his music sucks. He cannot release a good album. Eminem haven't been good since 2002. That's the narrative that's been painted and that's been going around. So when you see online people and they eliminate Eminem and all these things, Eminem was literally considered by everyone before that interview, before March 2016, he was considered the greatest rapper of all time. Not one person besides Lord Jamar Bazino and Ja Rule said he wasn't. Now, one person said Marshall Mathers LP2 was trash. Now, one person said Recovery was trash. People doubted Relapse. It was in between. Encore, they didn't say he fell off, but they said, drugs. Everybody was calling him the GOAT. Everybody. Not one person in the media disrespected him. Not one person online, besides those individuals I mentioned, and before that, journalists, were disrespecting Eminem. Nobody disrespected his craft or his career. Every album that came out, these same journalists, and I know they teamed up with Pitchfork. I know they teamed up with Meta, but they went on a campaign. Like when the death of Slim Shady dropped last year, they immediately trashed the album. Right when the album was announced, they trashed it. It already had 4 stars out of 10. The album didn't drop. It had 4 stars out of 10. If you read the comments, those comments are robotic comments. Say, this sucks. This nothing but fast rap crap. But you listen to the album, it has nothing to do with what they're saying. So, yeah, if you hear anybody from the Axe to the Fantanos, to them, they're not hating on them. It's just the manufactured thing that they fell victim to. So they started repeating those talking points. So, yeah, and then that also led to the anti-lyricism campaign that started from 2018 that lasted to 2022. Actually, no, 2023. 2024 picked up and everybody's getting real hip-hop. Clips, Kendrick, Cole, you got Cameron, Jay-Z, Nas, Black Thought, Royce, all those people. So let's get into the Jay-Z battle. I had to add that context. When it comes to Eminem, people don't understand. Besides online, in real life, Eminem is the biggest rap artist in the world. Right now, he's the biggest male artist. Bigger than Bad Bunny. Bigger than Daddy Yankee. He's a larger artist. He's a larger fan base than Pitbull, will.i.am, and in the Futures, the Travis Scotts, the Drakes. Even academics will admit that Eminem is a larger name. Even though he's not a fan of his music because of manufactured beef, it's literally it's how big he is as an artist. Drake would even admit it. Drake is right here, the biggest male artist. And it's right here. It's far surpassed, and people will use, white supremacy. No, it has nothing to do with that, because if that was the case, MGK was on that path and that didn't happen. Paul Wall should be up there. LP does the same stuff Eminem does. He should be up there. A$AP Rock has the largest vocabulary in the history of hip hop. He's not up there. Vanilla Ice was never the worldwide. He didn't. Only people in America knew Vanilla Ice. So Eminem being from the Midwest, where nobody respects Detroit rappers at all. Nobody respects them. They call them trash. So even though Detroit, to me, had the best storytellers and one of the best, shock value lyrics. Shock value lyrics is pretty much everyone in Detroit. Everyone in Detroit is full of shock value lyrics and storytelling. Every single rapper. Even the trash ones is underground. They even do that. So when it comes to M, that's how it is. When it comes to Jay-Z, Jay-Z has the Blueprint, the Black Album. There's an album I like by Jay-Z. That's called The Dynasty, Rock La Familia. That album, my favorite album, my favorite song from that one is Change the Game. So that song and Blueprint's number one for me anyways. But Jay-Z is crazy. And when people say Jay-Z, this is why I defend Jay-Z too, from M stans and from people that don't know hip-hop. Because M stans, they know hip-hop. But there's people online that doesn't know hip-hop. They say, oh, Jay-Z has no hits without Beyonce. No, they don't. When you guys do verses, it doesn't matter who you're featuring. A versus is a versus. If you watch Jay-Z live, he does get the crowd hype. But he's pretty much stoic on stage. He has some energy, but then throughout the song, he just and he's not as big as Eminem. You play I'm from New York. That's Jay-Z's biggest song. Just as of, worldwide mainstream, that the Empire song, that song is crazy and it's fire. They'll get anybody in the world hyped up. We all know that song. But if you guys watch Versus, you will know. Unless Versus is racist, because I've seen white people, unless they're racist and don't allow white people in or any other races, then Jay-Z's winning. But it's also about the crowd. Jay-Z comes out, yeah, scream, scream. Go back and watch the Super Bowl. Eminem was up there with Kendrick Lamar. We saw his recent Super Bowl this year. He was up there with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige. These people are huge people. Eminem came out. The world erupted. The world erupted. The world only spoke about Eminem. They forgot about everybody else. They only spoke about Eminem. The whole timeline, even Eminem haters, the whole timeline would speak about Eminem at the 2022 halftime performance. He came out with "Forget About Dre." Dun, 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 dun. You better lose. When he said that, everybody. I saw a crowd. I saw angles from, people in the stands, people at home singing, people in other countries singing that. Like, if you watch the live streams of the Super Bowl, like the local live streams, go on X, go on Facebook, Instagram, Snap, you go on, TikTok to watch people live, reactions to the 2022 Super Bowl and YouTube. Go on there, you'll see a lot of people just singing the Eminem stuff. Everybody, whether you black or white. Eminem walked out, Terrence Crawford. The whole boxing arena erupted. Everybody was screaming. So Jay-Z can't get that applause. If you were to do Eminem in the verses, it can't be no small villains or whatever villains they do. You have to do it in the stadium. You have to. He's too big of a name. You also have to pay these people. They're too big of a name. If you have somebody as big as Eminem, people don't understand. Taylor Swift, Eminem have the same stardom. Same stardom. If those two were to make a song today, that's 1 billion views within a week. But those who have the same stardom. Jay-Z is similar to SZA. That's his stardom. You put SZA on stage with Taylor Swift is knocking her out with hits. You also have to do live performances. Taylor Swift is a better live performer. She's a better artist than SZA. She has a bigger fan base than SZA. Now, people will go back and be like, what about your T.I. versus 50 Cent debate? 50 Cent's the bigger artist, but he doesn't have the catalog. See what I'm saying? Eminem, bigger artist, has the catalog. He has one song that can knock out whatever Jay-Z puts out. I'm lying. He has 2 songs that can knock out whatever Jay-Z puts out on that stage. Whatever Jay-Z puts out on that stage, he can knock it out. If Till I Collapse comes on, Jay-Z is done. He has not one song in his catalog that can rival Till I Collapse. I don't care what Jay-Z's made. I'm going to tell you Eminem's set list real quick. So his set list, Lose Yourself, that's knocking whatever song Jay-Z has, is knocking it out. Everybody in the audience knows this song. Everyone in the world knows the song. Not everyone knows the lyrics to "We in New York." We only know Alicia Keys and Jay-Z's verse. That's what most of the people know. I know the whole song by heart, but most people only know Jay-Z's, verse 1 and Alicia Keys, hook. So you got Lose Yourself, knocking out whatever Jay-Z has. My Name Is. Big song. A lot of people know this song, but Jay-Z has songs that compete. You have The Real Slim Shady. That's knocking off 2 Jay-Z songs. I'm just saying, I know some people, the black community, Black people like Eminem. You hear that song, they're rocking with that too. They're like, I'm picking that over Jay-Z. Or you have the old 45 and up. Some, they don't like the gimmick stuff, so they'll pick the Jay-Z song. But you got to think of the verses. Verses isn't for 50-year-olds only. It's for everybody. I don't see where verses says you have to be 45 and up to only attend verses. No. If Eminem shows up, Jay-Z does not have people between 26 and 16. He doesn't have nobody. He has a small fan base besides me. I'm 25. But he has a small fan base that's like 2% that's Jay-Z fans within a younger audience. Eminem has as much as a younger audience as Drake does. He has as much as the youth as Drake does. And Gen Z's, we're not stupid. Gen Alpha not stupid. We use the internet. We go back and listen to old songs. So these old heads, y'all know, we do know because we're going back to listen. That's what you idiots don't understand. But let's get on to it. Fast Lane. Everyone in Gen Z was raised with this song. When 2K12 came out, and then we saw the Michael Jordan showing the rings, bum, bum, bum. When that came out, and that Eminem, catch me in my Mercedes, and then Boys to Find Nine spinning like crazy. And then you had the rest just sing it too. You had Sly Piper doing a hook. It was a fire song. We all know this song. Eminem has won the youth with Lose Yourself in Fastlane. What the heck is Jay-Z coming up with after Fastlane? Fastlane done won the youth. Jay-Z, he can play Umbrella. Okay. Eminem, Riri, come over here. Play the monster. Oh, shoot. Jay-Z, okay. Okay. Play Big Pimpin'. Okay. Eminem. Hey, Wayne, Drake. Yay. Get y'all crazy behinds out here. Forever. Ta-da! Here they go, man. Forever comes on. I'm sorry. Forever comes on. That's washing out Jay-Z catalog. You have Lose Yourself, Till I Collapse, and Forever come on. Everybody knows those songs. Even old heads like that song. If they don't like Forever, they can go forever in a nursing home. That's how I feel. Jay-Z fans, here's the thing with them. Jay-Z fans don't understand how big these artists actually are. Eminem plays Till I Collapse, Forever, or Lose Yourself. Those are three songs that's getting every generation, even old white mothers that don't know hip hop at all. Because you forget, verses is not descriptive. They play for everybody. Everybody can click in. The Instagram will be shut down. They're having 10 million views. Jay-Z can garner 1 million. Eminem's garnered 10 million. The stands, the non-rap fans, the country fans, he has everybody. Not just white audiences. He has everyone's attention. Jay-Z is losing that, and Eminem's a better live performer. Let's keep on going through this set list. Jay-Z, okay, All of the Lights. Eminem, okay, Love the Way You Lie. Jay-Z, okay, I got this song. Eminem can play fight music. Everyone knows fight music. He can play No Love with Lil Wayne. He could play I'm Not Afraid. I know some people laugh at that. That's one of my favorite Eminem songs of all time. I like the song. I like the flow. Berserk. Jay-Z can play Numb and Eminem can play Berserk. And that's pretty much a rock star rap mix heavy metal song. He's getting a lot of heavy metal fans invested. And they're like, we love this. He can go to the D12 catalog and play Purple Pills. He plays Without Me. Guess who's back? Now, this looks like a good job for me. So, everybody. He's playing that. Bro, yeah. That song comes on. You have some people that's going to laugh. The online pundits. Oh, yeah, Eminem's going to lose that. But Without Me, that's wiping out two of Jay-Z songs. Well, I'm going down M's cat. Like, the songs I listed, I'm going down for M. I don't see Jay-Z competing with Without Me. Forever, Lose Yourself, Fastlane. We got Business by Eminem. We have Superman. We have Shake That. We have Smack That. We have Till I Collapse. I don't know what's. He could play Stan at the verses. That's getting Jay-Z out of here. Rap God. Believe it or not, that's competing with a lot of Jay-Z records. I'd say Jay-Z and M would be at a stalemate if Jay-Z plays if Eminem plays Rap God and Jay-Z plays on to the next one. If he plays that, hey, that's a stalemate. Eminem can play Survival. You got a lot of gym heads out there that's going to end. Survival by Eminem is played at everything. At every gym I've been to. You have Venom. I like Venom. You can have that. You have Won't Back Down with Pink in it. That beat alone, the production on that song. People don't understand. Watch a full Eminem set. Watch one of his concerts. He has songs. I think he said in an interview. He literally, when he writes songs, he thinks of the production and how it's gonna sound, but he also thinks of how's it gonna sound on stage. Jay-Z don't do that. M's gonna think of how it's gonna sound on stage. I'm telling you. I think Love the Way You Lie knocks out some of the stuff too. But Won't Back Down is a stage song. And if you can get the crowd hype, if you have a better, stage presence, because he does than Jay-Z. You also have Cinderella Man. You have Just Lose It, Sing for the Moment. You have Godzilla, Patiently Waiting. He bring 50 out there, and then he playing Patiently Waiting. Jay-Z doesn't have a song competing. Actually, I'll take that back. He does, but it's the song with Ye. And with Stan, he could also play Drunken Love. I mean, not Drunken Love. With Superman, my bad. With Superman, he could play Drunken Love. To be honest, he can play that. He can also play Crazy in Love with against Crazy in Love against Shake That. Forgot About Dre is next. Then we have, Forgot About Dre. And then we have We Made You. I think M is, like I said, it's going to be a landslide. People don't understand. And then people are bringing up the Locks thing. Did we forget that Eminem is a battle rapper? M might mess around and battle Jay-Z on stage. Versus is a battle. Versus is a battle. It's a live battle. The Locks proved it. Eminem might go out and battle Jay-Z. Jay-Z gonna come with something, but M's tearing him to shreds. So there I have it. What say you? Do you think Eminem is watching Jay-Z? Do you guys think it's closer than what it is? Comment down below. What say you? I'll see you guys next time.